Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create this wrap top with a v-neck where you tie it at the side, and this semicircle sleeve, hemline sleeve with several frills. This sleeve is in another video which I'll put the link below this video, but I'll take you through how to make all this. I have a video where I showed you how to create this pattern using SEMICIRCLE 2D. So you can go ahead and create the pattern, or you can buy the pattern in your size. There is a link below this video. If you click it, it takes you to my digital shop where you can download the pattern. I have from sizes 32 to 48. If that is what interests you, then don't go away. Stay tuned while I show you how to make this, and I also show you how you can also attach a waist to hip attachment in case you don't want to wear it like this. You want something that goes down to your hips and covers you a little bit. So that's what I'm going to be showing you in this video. Stay tuned. The first thing you need to do is to get the pattern for the wrap style blouse. If you come to this my video or any of my videos, if you come down, you can click here for more. And when you click there for more, if you come down again, come here where it says buy your PDF downloadable patterns. You can now click on it. It will take you to my e-commerce shop where I sell PDF patterns. These are my PDF patterns, but this is the one that we are interested in. So once you click on any of this to buy, it will take you there. I have 3 there because I have different sizes. For each size, I make it 3 sizes in one, like size 32 to 36. To know the particular size to buy, if you come back to my video here, you come here, you click the link to see the size measurement chart. First, this is the measurement chart to actually let you know which size to buy. I have a video where I talked about how to actually know the sizes to choose according to Nancy Seaman. Nancy Seaman, that is why it is best you actually watch that video. I think I have it, let me see. Where do I have it? Let me see. Okay, this is it. I don't know where I have it. I'll look for it and bring it up during the course of the video. But this is the way to actually choose the particular size. You measure from your mid armpit to the other mid armpit. This is according to Nancy Seaman, and it works most of the time. And whatever you get, you go through this table. You go through this table. Let's say that measurement gave you 15 inches. That means you're going to be buying size 38. My own gave me 16 and a half, so that's why I'm going to be using size 44 of my pattern to sew for myself. So that's the best thing to do. It's the best thing. Then when you buy it, if there's any kind of adjustment you need to make, there's a video before you even buy that shows you how to do your pattern adjustment to fit. When you do it this way, it's actually easy to make very fitted garments. I've tried it several times. So it's best to use this method. Don't just use your bust method. Use this method. That is why I'm showing it in this video. You can screenshot it to be able to understand what I'm talking about. Screenshot it. I have a dedicated video, as I said, showing you and talking about this. So when you measure from your mid armpit to your mid armpit, whatever you get, You check it on the measurement chart here, fitting chart, and then you're able to buy whatever you want to buy. As I said, once you click to buy any of my PDF downloadable patterns, it takes you here. And once you come to any of the patterns, you will see these two videos. I did not have it in all my patterns, but now I have put it in all my patterns that I'm selling. You see a video of how to put your patterns together and how to actually choose your pattern size. This video, it takes you through how to choose your size based on what I just explained, while this video takes you through how to adjust your patterns according to Nancy Zimmerman's method. Nancy Zimmerman's method. So these are very vital videos you need to go through before you go ahead and buy your downloadable PDF patterns to sew your dress. So now that I have downloaded my patterns, the next thing is for me to put it together, which I'm not going to show to you. Once you watch this video, you will see how to put it together. I'll go ahead and put it together. I'll go ahead and cut off the patterns, and then we'll continue from there. So I have put together my PDF download, and I've gone ahead to cut out the patterns. As you can see here, that is the front center piece, that is the side center piece, which I'm going to cut two, and I'm also going to cut two of this. This is the back piece, this is the waist to hip piece, and this is the waist to hip piece, and of course this here is the hemline semicircle sleeve. So this is what your pattern is supposed to look like. If you put it together very well and then you cut it, this is what it's supposed to look like. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to be putting it on material to cut it. And I'm going to fold the material into two to cut this, this, this. For this one, I'm going to use a separate material. So let's go ahead and do that quickly. I have cut all my materials and also lining. Now, using lining is actually optional. If you want to use lining, it's optional. But I always like using lining for my materials because it gives it a beautiful look at the end, which you're going to see when we finish sewing this. So I've cut at the center front with the lining, the side front with the lining, the center front with the lining, of course the waist to hips back, waist to hips front, and of course the sleeve, and of course the back part. So everything two pieces according to instructions of the pattern. And of course I've cut the line, the neck where I'm going to be doing the facing. I've cut that, and I'm going to use a very light interface to be able to hold it. So that's all the cutting we need to do. So in the next section, we are now going to start our sewing. The first thing we are going to be sewing is, or should I say, the first pattern pieces we are going to be joining together is the side front and the center front pieces. Please bear in mind that this is the same line. This is where you're going to be sewing. So you can either use your tailor's chalk and mark where you're going to be sewing. But me, I don't need to do it. I'll just eyeball it and then I'll just sew it. So do the same thing, not just for the material, but also for the lining. So I'll quickly join that together. The center front and the side front has been joined. See the puff it gives to your bust section. And then of course the lining, I did the same thing. If I remove this, you see that the lining is the same thing, joined. So what I'm going to do now, you're going to join the material to the lining at the side here. The back to back lining to back part of the material. We are going to join it just this side and this side. I've joined the lining, as you can see. So the lining has been joined. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to be working on the back part. The back part is quite easy. What we need to do now on the back part is just to join this side, the center back. Just join the center back from here to here and do the same thing for the lining. And of course, join the dart, hold the darts together. And then you're going to cut a facing. This is the facing for the back. That's the facing for the back, which we are going to join at the back part after we've joined this together. Remember, the facing will be 2. You're going to cut it times 2. The facing is not part of the pattern. That's why I'm showing you in this video. Just cut a facing. It's very easy. Just cut it like so. That we are going to be joining after we've joined the center back together and we've held our dart here. We've held our dart here. The same thing with the lining. I want to show you how to mark your darts from the pattern. Now this is the dart we are using, this one that is up to the sleeve. That's the dart we are using, and to be able to mark it, you just use your tailor's chalk, or if you have a water soluble marker, you can also use it. Just mark the legs. Just mark the legs on the material like so. Also mark it on this material like so. And then you're going to fold the paper where you have the tip, where you want the tip to be. You just fold it to where we have the tip. Then we just draw a line there. That's all. And then I'm going to use a ruler. I'm going to get the center point between those 2 markings I did. So I'll just mark the center point. That's the center point. And then I will just place my ruler on where I did the 2 markings. And then I will just draw it to get the dart. It's as simple as that. Let me shift this a little bit. So that is how I transfer my dart from my pattern. So that's the dart. That is how I transfer my dart from the pattern to the material. So you go ahead and do that even for the shoulder dart. You do the same thing on the material. I've already done it on the material right there. I've already done it on the material. So all we need to do now is just do it on the pattern, and then you now sew the darts. Once you're done with joining the pieces of the back for the lining and of course for the material, it's now time to do the facing for the back. This is the way to cut the face. This is the facing. As I said, the facing is not part of the patterns, so I'm showing you how to cut it. It fixes to the neck part of the back. But this is the way you iron on your light stay. You iron the stay such that, you cut the stay such that it's not to the end of the lining. It's not to the end of the lining. So that you can fold those edges over on the stay. Because we're going to be top stitching it on top of the lining, just like so. That's how we're going to place it. We're going to place it like so. And we're going to top stitch. We're going to stitch it so, come down here, stitch it, stitch it, stitch it. So that's what we are going to do right now. When we are done with that, we'll now join the lining at the neck and shoulder to the front part. That will be this front facing the front. So we'll just join it like so. That I'm going to do it immediately. What I'm showing you, that's what I'm going to do. So once we are done with joining this here, top stitching it, we now come and join this front facing front of the lining and the material. That's what we're going to do. But when you're doing this, you're going to join it like so. And stop. As I said, you're just going to join the neck and stop. You're not joining here, just the neck. So the back and front pieces are ready. They are ready now. So what we're going to do, we are going to be joining the back and the front, but we're going to be joining it only at the shoulder. Only at the shoulder. So front to front, like so. So let's join the first one. So ensure that the edges where the edges of the neck are the same. So we're going to be joining it like this. So you make sure that that is there, like so. So we're going to join the lining to the lining and the material to the material at the shoulder level. Material to material. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I've gone ahead to join the sides of the lining and the material has been joined. So now we're going to do the waistband that we're going to be tying. And this is the waistband. The waistband, I've already cut it. And I folded it and ironed it. So this is what it looks like. I folded it here and I folded it here. So the waistband, it depends on you. I'm not going to tell you what you're going to use, but what I used was, if you open it all up, what I used is, it's about 14 centimeters in width, about 14 centimeters in width. Then I folded it here, folded it here, folded the edge, and then folded it to form a kind of bias. So this is what it looks like at the end of the day. So it depends on you. You can make it 14, you can make it 12, fold it. You can make it as wide as mine, or you can make it a little bit smaller. So the length is going to be your waist circumference times 2.5. Your waist, total waist circumference times 2.5. So this is the right part of it. This right part is overlapping the left. So the left one that is going to remain after you've joined it, it should be longer than what is going to remain on the right side, because the left side will go to your back, so you come and tie it here. That is why it should be longer. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to measure the full front piece. Let me look. I think I marked it somewhere. Let me see. I marked it here. So that is the full front where I marked it. So that is where I'm going to start. This is what is going to be on the right side. That is what is going to remain on the right side. So I'm going to start from here to sew it right from that mark. So I'm going to sew it all round, all round. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. And then we'll continue with the sleeves. So I'm going to sew it like so. So once I finish sewing, I can turn it over like this and iron it. That is because remember that this pattern is 2 patterns in one. I'm also going to be joining the waist hip part of it. But first, I want to show you how you can do this and wear it like that. And how you can also do the second part of the pattern. This is what your top should be looking like at this time. So that is the waistband. If you see that the left side is longer, that's because the left side is going to go round at the back and then come back and be joined here. So this is what your dress top should be looking like right now. This is what it should be looking like. So the left, that is the right over the left when you're wearing it. So now let's go ahead and start the sleeves. The sleeves are ready. Now, if you want to know how I made these sleeves, I did not make it part of this video. I have a dedicated video showing you step by step how to create these sleeves. I don't want this video to be too long, so that is why I split it. So if you want to know how to create the sleeves, please watch that video. The link is below this video or in my SEMICIRCLE 2D playlist. You'll see it there, how to create this semicircle hemline sleeve with many frills. So now, what you need to do first of all, let me keep one out there. What you need to do first is to measure your sleeve width. You need to measure it to ensure that it will enter your armhole width. So we have to measure it all the way. The ruler with your tape, you measure it, write down what you have. And then when it comes to the top, you turn it wrong side out. This is the wrong side of it. This is the lining. So that is it. That is the lining. That is the top, wrong side. So you're also going to measure this. You measure it to ensure that what you have here to be a little bit, at least 1 centimeter or so, 2 centimeters smaller than what you have for your sleeve, to make room for ease. So I've done mine. Mine is okay. Here I have the arm is 56 and here is 53. Bearing in mind that we are going to be joining here first. We are going to be joining here first for the sleeves. We are going to be joining here to here. So the very first thing, let's join here to here for the sleeves, and then we are ready to put it in the armhole. Now that's my material. That is the sleeve. The sleeve has been joined here. Look at it. That is the main sleeve. This is the lining of the sleeve. So that has been joined, and it's also turned wrong side out. That is the wrong side of it. That is the true side of it. So as you can see now, this is the armhole for the material. This is the armhole. That's the armhole for the lining. See the way I pinned the armhole for the sleeve for the material. See it, just face it. See the way we pinned it all together. So once you pinned it round, you now pick up the lining side. This is the lining side, and do the same. You get this, and then we are going to be doing it like that. Just turn it like so, and get this one like so, and then you are going to pin it round. We are going to pin it round like so. You see, just pin it round like so. So I'll quickly pin it round, sew it. Then when we are done with sewing, you're going to open a place. Now this is the back part. We are going to open a place on the side of the material where we are going to bring it out. Just like when you're sewing suit. If you're new to sewing suit, you might not understand. That is why I'm taking my time. like I open this place on the side of the material, on the side of the lining. This is where I'm going to bring out the front of the dress after I finish sewing the two sleeves. If you don't understand, just watch the video again and it will be very easy for you to understand. So let me go ahead and pin this and then sew it and do the same thing for the other part of the sleeve. Once you're done with joining the sleeves, you now bring it out to the front through that little opening we had at the side. Remember the opening we had here, right here? So this is where you're going to bring it out again, you know. So what we do now is just to close up this place with machine neatly. We're going to tag it, or you can tag it with needle and thread, or you can close it up neatly with a sewing machine. I'm going to close it up neatly with a sewing machine. And then I'm going to wear this and we'll see how it looks on me. Remember that this is two patterns in one. So you can wear it like this, or you can wear it the other way, where we are going to add the waist to the hip attachment. But first I'll show you what it looks like to wear it like this. So this is the end result. It looks good. Remember I said that the rope on the left side is longer because you need to just go round. Take this and go round to your back. Comes like this. And then you tie it here. So you can tie it there. And you can wear it with your jeans or with your leggings. Just tie it there. So that's it. So you can wear it like this. In the next section, we are going to add the waist to the hips. Then I'm going to show you how you can also wear it the same way. So I hope your own turned out as beautiful as mine. Looks nice. So stay tuned to the next one. I'm going to wear the next one. I'll just show you how to join the waist to hip attachment, because this pattern is 2 in 1. You can decide to wear it like this. You can decide to attach the waist to the hips. This is what the waist hip attachment looks like. This is the back and this is the front. And of course, you're going to be cutting it 2 pieces, 2 of this, 2 of this, and again 2 lining, 2 lining. That I have already done. Let me put this aside. That I've already done. So that is the back. You have the 2 pieces for the back and the 2 pieces of lining also for the back. And of course, you have the front. I'm using the contrast material for the front. That is the front. That is the first one, and this here is the second one. So what you are going to do now, for the front, we are going to be joining the main material to the lining at the bottom end, this end. This end, we are going to be joining it up to this, and just leave the top part open so you can now turn it over and iron it. So that's for the front. Do that for the 2 front, and then for the back, we are going to be joining the 2 lining together. Yeah, the 2 lining together and the 2 material together, so it forms one long piece. And then you join the lining to the material at the edge and leave the top as it is, the top and the edges as it is. So I'll quickly do that. So that's what it looks like. That is the front, the lining, the two front pieces, and of course the back piece that I've joined together at the center. So the next thing is for us to join this to the top. So let me first remove this. This is the top. That is the back. So we are now going to measure the back so that we ensure that it meets, supposed to start from here to here. So we're going to measure it, see, and ensure that we find out what is the excess. This is that excess we're going to be joining. So we'll just mark it with the pin from here, and the same thing here from here. So that's where we're going to be joining to the front pieces. So I'll just mark it. I'll do the same for the front and find out where I'm going to be joining it to the edges of the back. So the waist hips attachment has been all joined together. That is it. The front, the back, and the other front side. So now we're going to be joining it to the top. We're going to start at the center back right here. You're going to come here to the center back right here, and you're going to join it to the band like so. So you join it like that, then you're going to pin it all around on the band up to the front, and also this side up to the front, and sew it. So you see there's a small opening there where I bring out the second one. So I take it all round. Then to come and join up with this one, just like that. So you can tie it. You can tie it like so. So let me bring down this so you see what it looks like. That is the bottom part. This thing. See the bottom part, see the crossing. So that is it. With this, I've come to the end of this video where I showed you how to make this beautiful wrap blouse with semicircle short hemline sleeves with several frills. If you've been able to make yours, please drop your comments below. If you came across any kind of challenge, drop your comments below. And as I said before, if you want the pattern for this, click the link below. It will take you to my digital store where you can get this pattern from sizes EU 32 to EU 48. Thank you for watching. Until my next video, stay tuned.